Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another video game review. Sorry about the lighting. My light bulb burnt out and I have to get a new one. I am too lazy to get one right now, that's why. But anyways, welcome to another game review. It's been a few months since my last game review. But now I want to do another game review. This time it is going to be on Psychonauts 2. Now, Psychonauts 2 is the sequel to the critically acclaimed 3D platformer Psychonauts. Despite its failure in terms of sales, it gained a massive cult following, and fans demanded for a sequel. That virtual reality game that came out doesn't really count since it's a virtual reality game. But 16 years later, we finally got ourselves an official sequel. In this game, you play once again as Rasputin from the first game. He's graduated from the camp, and now he has been promoted to Psychonauts intern. Throughout your journey, you go into the Psychonauts headquarters and you meet up with certain characters, old and new, and you have to go into the minds of them to go into their thoughts of what exactly is going on inside their minds. It's pretty much like the first game, but with new characters and a brand new setting. And yeah, I can say I had a lot of fun with this game. And before I get into more of it, I actually have played the original Psychonauts. Now, this is not a remastered version. This is actually an emulation of the PS2 version of this game. You can get it for $10 on PS4, but I paid $40 for a physical edition of this because I'm a physical guy. But hey, it's better than paying $90, which is what you usually would find copies like this on the internet. But I played this game, I beat this game. It was so much fun, so I prepared myself for the sequel. And like I said before, I had a lot of fun with this game. I think this is a very worthy follow-up to the fantastic 2005 original game. Now, there are two ways I could have played this game. I could have paid full price for the game, or I could have started an Xbox Game Pass subscription, so I wouldn't have to pay the full price. I would have to pay $1 for my first month, and then $14.99 later. But I'm technically starting my trial, so I wanted to try it out before I wanted to go deeper in. But I mainly got Xbox Game Pass, so I wouldn't have to pay full price for the game. And I could say it was definitely worth it. I mean, now I have Xbox Game Pass, and I was able to play a new game on it. Now, in terms of its gameplay, it's pretty much like the original game. And if you haven't played the original game, which I recommend you go play, there's definitely some references to the original game. I mean, it takes place after the events of the first game, so if you don't really understand what's going on, then I recommend playing the first game before getting to this one. It's actually not that hard to find. You can play it on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, modern consoles, pretty much. And you can even play the original Psychonauts on Game Pass for Xbox. And I played this on Xbox One S. I don't have an Xbox Series X or anything like that. No, I played this on a regular Xbox One. Well, sort of, it's an Xbox One S, but it still played pretty well. Though its performance on Xbox One S was a little bit, the frame rate did drop for me quite a bit. In terms of, you know, performance-wise, it doesn't run super smoothly. I mean, it's playable, but there was this one part in when I was fighting a boss, the frame rate dropped so much I felt like the game was about to crash. And it did crash for me a few times, but it never stopped for me. I mean, there are some minor texture pop-ins, so I feel like the best way to play this game might be on newer consoles, but that's okay. I was still able to beat the game, and the game is a lot of fun. I mean, the gameplay is very addicting, okay? You can rank up your character, and you get like these fragments which upgrade your rank, and it upgrades your powers. You have 8 different powers, some of the original powers from the first game, plus new ones, which I had a lot of fun using, like this one. There's this one where Rasputin has like a doppelganger drawing of himself that can go through certain areas. It was actually really adorable and really funny. I had a lot of fun using that one. And that's exactly what the game is. It's a fun time. And while it's not super lengthy, there are a lot of collectibles you can get. Like if you want to fully rank out all your power-ups and stuff like that, you can do it. In terms of the story, I like the story here. Even in the first game, I thought it had a really solid story. Like, mostly 3D platformers are going in for just having a fun time, like Mario, but Psychonauts is a bit different than Mario or Banjo-Kazooie. It goes in for some really crazy stories and some really crazy humor too. That's another thing I was hoping for, was some good laughs, and there are some really good ones here. I feel like it definitely kept the charm of the original game too. And while not every character that was in the original game comes back in here, there are still some really good ones. One character I really wish could have made a comeback was Boyd Cooper, you know, with the Milkman conspiracy. He was absolutely hilarious. I really wish they could have referenced him in the game.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. Special delivery today. I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
But hey, Ford's back. So yeah. Also, there is a part involving a gay couple. So hey, this game definitely supports the rainbow flags. So hey, that's always welcome in games like this, or any form of media. While of course I played this on an older console, the game still looked very stunning. Like, it had so many impressive visuals. Like, there's this cel-shaded world involving, you know, rock stars and stuff like that, and you have to get them back together. I was really impressed of how good, you know, the visuals looked, and how, you know, they combined, you know, these two elements together with its original graphics and cel shading. Like, it has some really impressive visuals here. Of course, visuals aren't everything. The game still has to control well, and it does. It definitely controls a lot better than the original. I mean, the original can be acceptable because it was an older game. Right here, the controls are much more improved, though I did fall a lot off of cliffs and stuff, but that was my own fault. And if you're worried, thinking that this is going to be like a super tough game, then don't worry. There are some assist features that give you invincibility. In the original game, if you wanted invincibility, you had to put in cheat codes, but right here, it's on the menu, which is always helpful. There's also like these badges that can like upgrade your powers and your strength, and there's also ones that can change your like your color, like the color of your powers. Those are useless. I recommend just getting the ones that are actually useful. And while I did find it a bit irritating that I can't have all 8 of my powers equipped, I only have 4. I can only have like half at a time. It was a little bit irritating to have to switch out my power-ups, but in the end, I mean, since I've beaten the game, I pretty much don't care. And plus, after you've beaten the game, you can go back to various levels and get all the other things that you haven't fully gotten. And it's probably something that I might want to do in the future. Overall, Psychonauts 2 is a worthy follow-up to a fantastic game. It's fun 3D platforming at its finest, with a really solid story, great and new memorable characters, and gameplay that feels super rewarding once you complete everything that there is to certain levels. And once you get those power-ups, it feels absolutely satisfying to play. I highly recommend playing this if you're a fan of the first game. But if you don't want to pay full price and you have Xbox, then I recommend getting this on Game Pass. So yeah, that's what I did, and I can definitely say it was worth my time and my money. So yeah, now that I have Xbox Game Pass, there's more games I can play right now. Like, I've always wanted to play the game Grim Fandango, and they had Grim Fandango Remastered, so I got Grim Fandango Remastered, and I am loving it so far. And there are plenty of other games that I can play on Xbox Game Pass, like, yeah, so now I have PlayStation Plus. I can get free games from PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass. I mean, I didn't play Xbox that much anymore, but now I think I'm going to go back to playing more Xbox, so yeah, thanks Game Pass. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out.